but I don't know about you, but you get to learn what time they're going off, and all you get to
so
know the
fucking
rotation.
annoying.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Go for it.
And then he went off for 20 minutes, and like I just got like,
if he is ruck contest time, if he's solo ruck, 80% solo ruck, he's one.
Look great. I reckon they potential flag. All because of Lloyd Meek. I'm getting him.
Go Meek.
It seems like a 129 is like a crap score nowadays.
G'day lads, welcome back to the One Eyed Pod. It's round. What round is it? Round 4.
End of round 4. Yeah,
round 4. Well, you know, it's crazy.
Round 4 review.
Last week, the week before, we were like, oh, you really got to only care about your rank when you're like around round 5. It's fucking round 5 next week.
And we're going back to best 18, so good luck catching it. You just need some elite scorers. You need some good pods and, you know, your Rows and just a good 180 in the system, and you maybe can sort of climb rank, but I don't know. I think it's a little bit hard to climb. Maybe you're going to be climbing later.
Definitely, it's like
in the year.
I reckon this is the week to gamble.
Mate, we've been gambling for the last fucking 3 weeks trying to chase.
I haven't been gambling. I've been like...
Oh, actually, no.
Captains have been playing it safe. You know what I mean?
Well, I actually heard someone's... They basically said best 18, you should take a punt on your captains. Because that's the week. Best 22, you know, you can rely on your other 4 players to maybe get a good score. Like, we'll get into it, but that's what I did this week. But, you know, why not? I mean, maybe why don't we just go... It seems like a 129 is like a crap score nowadays.
I was just thinking this exact thing. Like last year, people were chasing.
You would love a
129 because they
129.
were getting 130s every week. Now it's like, oh, which players go in 150 plus every week? That's the one we need to bring in. Like, what the fuck? And it's
a joke, isn't it?
And some people have all these players going 150 plus. And you know what we said at the start of the season? We were like, someone's going to hit the lottery, but we don't know who it is.
Oh, like, imagine if you had Real and Butters and Sarong, like all these just, well, basically, we'll just call him out. Abs Magic has all these players in his team that just go ballistic. Like, you'd be like scared of who to captain, wouldn't you? But you would deep down know that you're just going to get a 140 comfortably, because these players are just putting out bonkers scores. Like, I don't know. I think I would take a 130 again, but I knew Heaney was going to go 160, but I just thought I don't want to risk it. And he was slow as for like maybe 2 quarters, and then he just started to turn on and just become, you know, what Heaney's done all season.
Half, he went nuts.
Excellent.
Because Butters go 119 last year. I take that every day.
Yeah, and that's it. I think maybe, what do you reckon? 130 minimum?
I reckon mine's 125.
And that is the safe. That's not unusual. I guess we had a terrible luck on the captaincies last year as well. We were taking the 120s. But nowadays,
last year it was like if a player went 140, it was massive.
Amazing.
Like,
yeah. Well, it doesn't help. It doesn't help when Jack's...
Okay, sorry.
No, you're right. It doesn't help when Jack Steele is playing at Norwood Oval, and the dimensions are just fully whack, and he's just tackling everyone. And I will get onto it in a minute, because he's definitely my stallion. But I just could not believe how, like, imagine how do you feel not owning Jack Steele? just annoyed just watching him go ballistic because the dimensions of the ground is so. I don't know how they can just allow
It's a
these players.
it looks like a athletics track. Literally. I can't believe it. Like, how are they playing on this field? You know what Jack Steele is this year? Zach Merritt,
What? Oh
PTSD.
yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
happening again, and I can't catch him. I don't think I tried to do it today. I can't get him.
No,
I
you got
can
to
get
get
him,
him.
but I have to boost to get him. But it's not worth it.
Boost. It is worth it. Um, I think he is definite. Not as soon as the first week, and I think I've said this on the pod, and I've said this to you. I reckon he is top 8, easily top 8, and I reckon. Well, not
And
easily,
now
but
I'll
I
challenge
reckon he'll.
that because I had a look. Right, name your
Yeah,
top 8.
my
Can
top
you
8.
name it? Yeah, and just name your top 8 that you would think right now.
Well, you got your Bont, no order, but Bont,
Mm-hmm.
Real, Steele. Who else is popping off? Sarong, Butters, Merritt,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Libba. I still have faith in Libba, and I'm missing one more, but I can't remember 8 players off the top of my head. Who else? Am I missing someone really good? That's obviously there. Well,
Petrarca.
Dacos, Petrarca. That would probably be the 8. I feel like
Yeah.
that is a pretty
Okay. Then
good
let me
top
throw
8.
these names at you. You got
Yep.
Lockie Neal that you didn't name.
Yeah.
You've also got Errol Goulden, who went 129 this year, 129 this week.
Yep.
You've
Yeah, he's
got
faded a little
Rory
bit though.
Laird, who's still charging. You've got
not Laird.
no, but like
yeah,
you say
I know
not
what
there
you're saying.
for Rory Laird, but he's gone 124, 120, 111, 116. So
still has been better though.
But what I'm saying is, it's the first 5 rounds to call out he's top 8. Like, there's so much room for different players to come in and out and have down games and up games. Like,
I'm just
if we were going off top 8 last year, then we would say Will Setterfield is going to be fucking M1.
That is such a fucking big call, mate.
But that's
I would
what
never
I'm
have
saying.
put Setterfield in there though.
No,
Yeah.
but this time last year,
completely.
Setterfield was doing the same sort of thing. I'm not saying it's going to be the same. Like, Steele is not going to be like Setterfield. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that a lot of these players can drop, and a lot of these some other players can come back in.
In 2022, I wish my computer would load. So in 2022, he averaged 109. Mm-hmm. 21, I'm pretty sure that 21 he averaged 126. 2020 he averaged 122. So I just feel like he's gone back to his actual self. But like you said, you know, I mean, if you're in this position where you want to bring him in or you don't bring him in, that's actually the question you got to ask yourself: is he a top 8?
It'd be a waste. It would be a waste of a boost if I bring him in. I feel like, because it would the trades would look kind of like Brody Grundy to Meek, James Jordan to Steele, and then Berry to Closey. It'd be really. We'll talk about it later, but it would just be terrible. You can go for my side.
If you wanted to go on your you wanted to show your team now. That's fine.
No, I'd love for you to go first this time, because I've noticed every time I've been going first, so it's just me talking about all the players you want to talk about.
No, that's all right, mate. But I'll show my screen.
But what I'm thinking, right, is, so I don't think Crouch is going to be top 8, but he's going to make a lot of cash. He's just going to be one of those players that I can turn into any Premo I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if there is a player who is destroying me, like, I am happy to just trade Crouch into that player.
Yeah. Good starting
pick, though. Yeah, great starting pick, because he's going to be 550k nearly next week, which will be great. And then maybe next week he might get up to 560K if he can just scores over 100. So like he's easy to bring in an uber primo. And then you've got players like McKercher, Sanders, and like Roberts. So I'm actually not too concerned about trying to have the chase players now, since these players are going to make so much cash. It was a bit different last year. Like last year, couldn't get cash from anywhere. You know what I mean? So if there was a primo who went away, it was like, how the hell do I get this guy? You know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out this thing. It's not working.
You're right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, gotcha.
There we go. Perfect. I mean, just quickly on those rookies that we just missed. I mean, sorry, not missed, but saying how many there are. We don't even have Jeremy Sharp in our team. We just watched that bloke score 126. Best game. I reckon that will be his best game of his life. He is a 60, 70 Supercoach player, and he just
100%.
pumps out the best score. I was like watching the game, great game. Fremantle and Carlton. Even though the umpires absolutely fucked everything and gave Carlton the win. Don't get me
I
started.
didn't watch it. I heard you uproar about it, but I wasn't working.
Yeah, so you haven't heard anything about it?
Oh no, I watched all the clips. I watched all the articles and everything.
It was
I know all
touched.
about it.
Everything. It's literally a gift. One of those games where it's like Adelaide of last year, where as a point, hopefully Freo don't miss finals because of it, because it's absolute robbery.
And I heard that Laura Kane, a Hurricane, and what's his name? Andrew Dillon?
Dillon? Yeah, Dillon.
Yeah. They both have different stories about what the umpires have told them, or like what's going on. So they're refusing to talk on the subject or say what actually happened. And now the umpires said that he actually didn't even hear anything. He just did it anyway.
That's it.
Like,
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It's just an absolute fart. Like, how can you?
This is shambles.
And apparently, it's the way he didn't hear what Jordan Clark said, but it was the way he said it. And like, you just. Like, that's what Alex Pearce said. Alex Pearce said that. So, like, fucking hell, you know?
So you're potentially... This is, like, potentially a team not making the top 2, top 4, top 8. This is, like...
Yeah.
For a team to lose a game just because of something that you got a vibe off of, wowee.
Well, yeah. Well, I think... So, I scored 2,302. I rose rank. I actually beat Michael this week, which is a big accomplishment. And we've got
was
the
that
same
the first
team,
week you won?
No. Come on, mate.
Second week.
I'm 2-2 now.
2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
2-2 in the SuperCoach Premier League, mate.
Yeah.
But overall,
no, I think we're 2-2. Sorry, I think we're 2-2 as well. Like you won.
Yeah,
you've scored higher than me twice. I've scored higher than you twice.
Yeah, so I think I'm only above you by 20 points or something in the rankings. So it's very tight. But overall, like, I'll show once it loads. I mean, all my Premos, except for basically, so my trades this week were, I boosted again. So I got out Billings. I got out Wines because he had a 1 week injury. And there was another person that I got out. Oh, Sexton, because he got dropped.
Yeah. Good trade.
And I bring in Dempsey because I rated Dempsey. He was giving me Humphrey vibes of last year. And boy, did he cook. Second, I got in Whitfield. And then the other, I got in Darcy, who was good as well. So I just wanted to get my rookies right so I could sort of upgrade and just have some cash going on, because I was stuffed cash-wise because of Sexton and Lazaro and all that. But I bring in Whitfield. Man, that was a roller coaster. I turned the game on when I got there. I got home, sorry. And he had 9 touches or 8 touches and 50% DE. So he could have been on, and he was on like 30 or 25 Supercoach points. So it could have easily been like 50 or something like that.
Yeah, when I checked, he was like equal in stats of Rao, who was ahead of everyone by a mile. But he just had 50% disposal efficiency. Like he just wasn't hitting targets.
And then he went off for 20 minutes, and like I just got like I was sinking in my couch. I was almost crying, like had me arms crossed. My girlfriend's looking at me, going, she thought something was up, and then I'm looking at Whitfield. His vision. The commentator said he's got issues with his vision, and he's done this HIA sort of assessment. And I'm just going, fuck. I think I'm gonna have to quit this podcast. I'm gonna have to just delete my
It's done.
team. I've traded in a 30. I've traded out Martin. I've traded out Young. I've traded out Wines, and I get given a 30. And I was just crossing my fingers. I was like, please. And the SuperCoach guys listened because he came back out. But the first two touches, he kicked him and just was full clanger. And then I'm like, oh, his
Because he
vision's
couldn't
screwed.
see. He can't see.
I was like, fuck. I'm pretty sure I can't remember how, like, maybe Real had more touches than him, but he had 30 touches and he was off for
Yeah.
about 20 minutes. I reckon he's potentially, because he rescued, he scored hard. Like he was on like 50 or something midway through the third. I reckon he's a top 6 or like
Mate.
maybe pushing 6 to 10.
I've been doing some research about this. I've actually looked into this a lot about Lockie Whitfield, Martin, all these players. Yep. I reckon right now, as a current standings, they're a comfortable F5, F6, maybe even F4, F5. Not F4, D5.
Back. Yeah. No, I agree. I like these, and they're all got similar positions and roles. Like they're all basically like Dacos, essentially. They've all copied it to just get the ball progressing. It's just unfortunate. Whitfield literally played like Martin 3 weeks ago where he was just clanger fest. But if he has 80% or 75, it's an easy 115. Like if Whitfield had a quarter, or maybe it was close to 20 minutes he was off. Like that's easy 110. And he has St Kilda next week. Oh my God, this has to be a St Kilda. I wish I could buy some, like but I'm not ballsy enough to buy. Like that's ridiculous, but it is a vice option.
I think it's a massive vice option. It's about 140. His kind of bread and butter for him to score like great scores is plus 80 disposal efficiency.
Yeah.
When every time he goes below 80, he's always scoring like average very average.
Yeah.
And again, he's one of those players who just has like high tog as well.
Yeah, and once he came back on, I think he goes off. I've realised this is how, because I'm watching all the night. I pretty much watched 7 to 9 games, or maybe a high amount of football, just watching my players. But I don't know about you, but you get to learn what time they're going off, and to know the
fucking
rotation.
Annoying. And it's like, what kind of rotations do some of these players have? Why are they coming on with this 2 minutes left?
And not the bloke that I'm going to try and speak about later, but one of my trade-ins. But they all come. Whitfield, I think, goes off at the last 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure, and then maybe starts on the bench. But we'll move on from that. Other than that, I think the big Cheesel's a gun. Like,
tell us for our Spotify listeners, because we're
sure.
Very visual.
Right, so Harry Sheasel got 124, Dacos 102, Whitfield 87, and then just stock standard for D'Ambrosio 63, Williams 81, and Howes 46. But like D'Ambrosio, he really rescued his score. I think he's got 2 weeks in him, and then you may have to cull him.
I've been playing with boosting with him as a trade out option this week.
Yeah. I don't see any issue. He's projected to only make another 20K, and I mean we traded him in for 222, so 100K. It's not the best, but it's not a loss. Like you got 100K from it. But yeah, I've my stallion of the week has to be. It was torn between Elliot Yeo, like, but I think we've given Elliot so much credit over the whole 4 weeks. I have to just give it to Steele for.
You asked for the yo thumbnail this week.
Oh,
You were
we'll
that
put the yo
happy with it.
thumbnail. You will put the yo
You don't
thumbnail
want a
on,
Jack
but
Steele thumbnail, just the yo thumbnail again. Because we've had
yeah,
two
just
yo
just
thumbnails now.
we'll do it for a third. Oh, I love Elliot, yo. Oh, he's back, baby, and it's so good to see one of you mid-price options actually hit because all the rest
Yeah.
have been duds, like duds. So at least I have him, but every time he's so slow when he gets up, and I just get real scared that he's just hurt himself really badly. But I think he's cleaned his injury record up or well, history, and he's looking healthy. The other person he's not in my team, but Jeremy McGovern looks like an excellent option just purely because West Coast is so bad.
Yeah,
He
and
takes
you're
every
not
single
scared
kick
about
in.
his injuries?
That's why I never got him. But
Hmm.
apparently he's same as Yo cleaned up his. Well, either they went to Qatar, I think. So, but
Qatar. I've heard it so
yeah,
much. Oh, they're going to Qatar. I've got to
It
shut up.
fixes it
God.
fixes everyone. It fixes. Look at Yo.
They
Yo is
went there and
fixed.
got on the
Yo is
piss. All
fixed. No,
you
Yo.
can do is step foot in Qatar and come back.
But yeah, and that's it. Like, there's no way I could run a Yo and McGovern backline like that. And I've already used 3 boosts in a row. Like, that's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, still just excellent. We've already spoken to him about length,
Well,
but I
wait.
just love
You've
that
used
man.
3 boosts, but your team looks phenomenal right now. I reckon it looks great. Not a
Yeah.
hole in there.
Well, there is a hole. There's James Jordan, and he is my Madgen of the week.
Wait.
How
I think it's
can
everyone's
you?
fucking Jordan.
How can you be so bad? 57. I hardly saw the bloke. I'm surprised it was a 57, if I'm being honest.
Apparently, he was off for a lot of the first half.
Yeah, I was too
Is that
busy.
right?
Probably, I was probably just too busy watching Yo.
Like he was just on the bench. They didn't put him on apparently.
Yeah, I mean he's got to go, hasn't he? I mean,
Oh,
I
he
was
has to
banking
go.
because I can't get Merritt now. I can get him, but the way I was planning, and I was banking on Jordan to make 360k. Just a little bit. Smash West Coast, and then it's a good goodbye. I'll
Yep.
walk him out the door, say thanks, mate. Thanks for your service. What has he done?
Thanks,
Dropped a
mate.
fucking 57. That idiot. What an idiot.
Because where is he, James Jordan? Because his break even right now is a 78 break even. He's not making that next week, so he's going to lose. You have to get
He's
rid
got
of
to
him
go.
week.
I mean, you don't have to get rid of him because of the buy, but
oh yeah, true.
But I mean, if you're looking
isn't that more of a reason to buy flip him? Like, isn't he? He would be the
Well, that was
trade.
always the plan. So I reckon you can
This
swap him.
stupid cunt didn't even make us 100k, and
That's what I mean. It's the guns and rookie season. It's the
I will
guns
eat
and
my
rookie
words.
season.
I said James Jordan has to be in everyone's team. I'll take that back.
Yeah. These, we got the Jordans, we got the Billings, we got every 250 sort of. Everyone was looking at 5. The one player we didn't get was Riley Bonner, and he looks like a bloody premium.
Can't believe it.
Yeah,
and he was only 200k. What was he?
The same
150,
285, 285,
285.
Yep. Oh, could you imagine that? Imagine how ahead you would be. But I may as well get on my trades. I just want to say one thing. I've heard Hippo SuperCoach talk shit basically and say Powell is not a primo. He's a fraud.
I think he's underscored.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure he had 12 or so tackles. He could hardly get around the ball.
I'm pretty happy with Powell. I mean, his scores will come, I think.
Yeah, he had 14 touches, 15 tackles. But the thing I did notice, North Melbourne have changed their game plan, and McKercher he got 54% CBAs, which decreased Tom Powers to 77. But
77 is still good.
exactly. And name all these other forwards that you're gonna put in.
15 tackles.
Yes. Underscored. Am I right? It's underscored 75.
Underscored. How
73.
much is a tackle worth?
You're
Every time a
you're
player
asking the
gets a
wrong maths
tackle, I
fan.
always see them go up by like 8 or 9. Like, it's ridiculous when they get tackles.
I'll get onto my trades. I mean,
Because a lot of the time they get tackles, they also get a kick with it because it's holding the ball. But
yeah, or a free kick as well.
yeah,
That's all James Steele's score was, basically tackling people. My
go on,
trades.
show us your trades. Let's have a look. Let's sit back here.
I mean, I'll just do I'll do the big one, and then you can sort of see where I'm thinking with this.
Because you've got a heap of cash to play with. You kind of like the world's your oyster a little bit, eh? You can pretty much bring it in like 2 up, 1 down type of deal.
Yep. So I can do this boost, but this means I've used a lot of trades. And I'm in a lot. I have used 3 times. I've used 12 trades with this. It's crazy. But my thinking is my team looks great after this, and it's a risk. I haven't had a great season, and I want to climb the ranks big time. So if I go, Closey, we'll talk about Closey in a minute. Oh, where is it? Oh, my computer. Yep. And then I'm only going to do one of these things. Otherwise, my computer's going to have a meltdown. And I'll just talk to the others.
Mate, these are phenomenal trades.
I'm thinking of doing it. I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. It gives me look at my trade count, man. It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting.
These are phenomenal trades. I was trying to do this and I couldn't. I can't do it. But these are great.
I mean,
I don't see anything wrong with the boost.
So I basically get rid of Pink, get rid of him. Oh, this is my other question. Do I get rid of Hoare or Pink? Yeah, Hoare or Pink. 2 dead rookies, but get rid of one of them.
Well, Hoare's only injured. He's not dropped.
Yeah, so that's it. And Hoare can actually punch out some scores. Toby Pink can it's just bye-bye for now.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I'm getting in Marshall and Martin. 1 top 2 and then potential top 6 with Martin. And then I'll swap them.
This is phenomenal. Oh, I'm in love. Like, I can't believe that you pulled this off. This is champagne football, baby. This is champagne football. I know. You're a little bit...
Do you think it's risky?
Nah.
Well, there's always risk attached to it, but I feel like I've got everything now. I mean, and it's not even... I've got like a couple of upgrades involved. I've got rid of Grundy, who I think is average as...
I think you'll launch, especially with Rowan Marshall and Nick Martin in.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think it's going to take me 2 weeks to do these trades when you're going to do them in 1 week.
Yeah. I've got it on my phone because I sent it to you. And that way my computer won't buck out. But it's really... the other one I could do is Jordan down to Will Graham, who had 50% mid-time, but he's not as good as Closey, this rookie. Like, if you're going to go early, you go on this 108 guy and get Merritt in for Lazaro. Or the other option I had was Jordan and Pink out for Closey and Rao. But I feel like these I've got 2 Premos now instead of 1.
No, this is so much better.
Oh, you're gonna fuck me. I'm gonna be in.
You want to know why? I think
round 11. I'm gonna be crying. Goal this now. Ticket it.
Well, I'll be the devil's advocate for you instead of trying to help.
Thank you.
This is. But before I do this, these are the exact people I want to bring in, but I tried to do this week. Impossible. I'm gonna have to do this in 2 weeks. you're doing it in one.
But
But
why
devil's
can't you
advocate,
boost? Why can't you
I'd
boost?
even if I boost, I don't have enough cash to get both of these guys
Right.
in. Yeah,
That's
I don't
it.
have. I've tried
That's
to pull
it.
cash from everywhere. I don't have enough.
Yeah.
um,
And like
but
Martin will
devil's
go into my
advocate,
back line.
the reason why I didn't boost last week and the reason why I'm not boosting this week is because if I just if my team, if the players who normally score 120, 110 didn't score 90 this week, well, I'm like right there. I'm actually just going massive this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna, I would rather just do some simple trades, do 2 trades, progress
Yeah.
my team in having like not trading out Grundy, progress my team in bringing in Martin, and then
Well,
next
that's
week
what
then I'll bring in Rowan
that's what I'm
Marshall.
torn about. So I could get Martin in and leave Grundy there and do exactly what you're doing. And that's why I have reservations of I could just do exactly that, save a boost. But I guess it's just
Because Rowan Marshall is this. I've looked into it a little bit. I've been doing
yeah,
some research. Who am I? I'm doing research. Rowan Marshall has a break even of 120. Let's
yeah,
say Rowan Marshall goes 130 this week, right?
yeah,
Which is doable. He could also go 140. He could also go lower. Let's just say he goes 130. He's only going up 10K,
yeah,
15K. You know what I mean? So he's just going to be
yeah.
620. I don't feel like that's going to be something that can stop you from getting him in next week. That's all that's happening in my head. But if I
And that's
could
what
get him in this week, I would try to.
yeah. So that's exactly it. I mean, I can get Martin, and I think it gives me 120k spare.
Yeah.
And then I can get old mate Marshall next week,
Yeah.
and that saves a boost. But I'm definitely using two. I need to get one of these rookies in because I feel like you've got 3 rookies. But we can talk about that later. I'm happy to stop sharing my screen and you can get into your team.
Yeah. Go for it. So this week I went to 276. I was actually super devastated with the score, but it's all right because I went up in the rankings. Like I was happy that I didn't go down this week with how bad all my players went.
You still take a 4,000's all right, and it's so close as well. If you look at our guys, we're only like I think it's 40 points off 5k rank. Might be
Yeah,
a 60 or it's nothing ridiculous. That's
we're
what I'm
not
trying to
far. We're not far off. Like we've got all the troops. We're just waiting for them to start killing some people.
deliver. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week I'll go over it. Luke Ryan was a little bit disappointing, even though he went 111. Like he was on track for 150, 140, which kind of shattering. But 111, you take that. I mean, I feel like at this rate he's going on D1 kind of standard, but he's a player that can easily just drop off and start giving you 80s and 90s, and
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to take that with the big scores and you take the low scores as well.
Oh, he's going to have some big score. I reckon that's his low score.
Yeah. I hope next week see a little bit different story. Sheasel, classic, Dacos, happy that he pushed through the tag and then it was like a loose tag and then in the end there was no tag, but was gone missing. I reckon he got 102 only in the third quarter. Like I wish they had a
Yeah.
little worm that shows you when they
Yeah.
got their points.
Well, they ripped off the tag, didn't they?
Yeah, and he did nothing in the last
Yeah. Yeah.
when he
He
had no
didn't. No.
tag.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was on
Exactly.
100 going into 3/4 time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bont, classic, Green,
Yeah.
classic, Butters. This could have been a lot bigger. Oh, well. Took Miller was devastating at 89. It should have been bigger. Crouch was off for half the last quarter. Devastating. So that's already like an extra for normally goes 110. So what?
Yeah.
That's some extra points there. Heaney, I got so fucking lucky with his hit. As soon as Butters didn't go like 130, 140, I was about to go to bed and I said, fuck you, Bont, I'm going Heaney. He's a king. Because in my head, I was like, well, Heaney's going at least 120. So I'll
Exactly.
take it. I'll take a 120,
That's what's so annoying about it. Like, but he was on track for a 120 and then he just went bonkers. He
Yeah.
went bonkers.
That's why I wasn't too angry. I was working at the time and I saw that he was on track for 120 and I was like, oh, well, like fucking Butters did the same thing. And then I looked at it again and he was on one like 150 and I couldn't believe it.
It's crazy. He's on track for a Brownlow. Easy. Surely.
It is insane. Like he is just that's like 3 votes every game, you would say.
Some people still don't. What's his ownership like?
40%. It's gonna be 40%. Past 50 this week, surely.
Well, they've got the bye, but yeah.
Next week.
What are you guys doing? And you've actually postponed it. What was he? 444K from memory.
Yeah, we got him for 483.
Sorry. Yeah, bargain.
This is imagine if round 0 didn't exist and we just went on Heaney.
Yeah, we would never go on Heaney. I don't think.
I know, but if he's that player that if round 0 didn't exist and it just started, that he would probably be like 20% owned right now, and everyone who had him would be slaughtering the competition. You know what I mean? He's that like that player, which is crazy to think. But we say it every week. If you don't have Heaney, surely get him after his bye. It's still not too late. What is he? 6:30. Still not too late.
6:30 is actually pretty cheap for what he's doing. Yeah. He's got a 52 fucking break even. Gee,
144, 136, 128, 148, 165. What the? Is this the highest ever scores by one player?
No.
Like
I'm pretty sure
consecutively.
We'll have to do a deep dive, but I'm sure Gary Ablett would have trumped him back in his heyday for Gold Coast.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll try and research it in the background, but he's going crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh shit, my trades this week was I traded out Billings and I traded out Sexton. I bring in Flanders and I bring in Darcy. So great trades. A 125 and an 84.
Flanders is interesting. He's just basically swapped to a Martin, you know?
Yeah. He's got a Nick Martin role now, which is I don't hate it. I mean, he went 125, but he was what was he doing when he played full mid?
Same.
The same shit. Yeah, same. Easy.
It's just weird. I just like him being that, dominant mid / power forward, but because this new rookie Graham's in, he was taking 54% CBA. So I feel like that they've just gone maybe, Flanders is better off half back. They also put Lukosius down there. I don't know what Lukosius scored, but he's a great kick and he's a forward as well.
Yeah, I've heard people talking about that. Saying that I did stuff up this week. I've just been so busy lately and I haven't been really doing much research, and I kind of just set my trades like last Monday when we did the pod and didn't change them. When I should have just looked into it a little bit more and gone, hey, Jack Steele is going to go a little bit bigger. And even if Flanders goes 130, you're still going to be able to catch him, because I could probably get in Flanders this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could have got Jack Steele last week.
Break the team, mate. Break the team.
What do you mean?
Break the team to get Steele in. That's what I say.
It's annoying because I could have got Jack Steele last week, and then I could have got Flanders this week easily. And now I'm like in a little bit of a tough position just because I've kind of forgot about SuperCoach for a week, and you can't do it. You can't forget about SuperCoach.
No, you got to be addicted. You got to be fully addicted. I mean, do you think Lazaro? I'm looking at your bench right now. Berry played actually good last quarter, so hopefully he. Are you gonna? Well, what are your trades? Are you gonna punt him this week or not?
I have to punt because I don't have any cash anyway. Like I've got 48K. I'll show you my trades. This is what I'm thinking.
Lazaro goes.
And it doesn't work if Lazaro goes. So
yeah.
I have to trade out Jordan because everyone's trading out Jordan.
Oh, who was Imagine and
Oh,
Stallion,
yeah,
by the way?
Stallion, Imagine, Stallion of the week.
Yeah.
Has to go to Heaney. Like the 165 have to go to Heaney. There wasn't really any big performers in my team other than Heaney. And then Imagine of the week. I mean, God, it's got to go to bloody Tuke Miller, doesn't it? Like what were you doing? It was looking like he was playing a good game, just no tackles.
Yep.
Where's your 110?
It's unlike him. It's unlike him. And I was tossing up him and Miller and Whitfield, and I'm actually happy with the Whitfield pick better than Miller because I think
Whitfield's going to go bigger than Miller.
Yeah, because obviously Real. I reckon I'll talk about him in a minute, but yeah.
But yeah, Tuke. I'm sad to say, but you're the Madgen this week. I did such big praises because at the start of the year I was kind of predicting that Miller would maybe go bigger than Real, but not happening. Anyway, trades this week.
I thought so last week. That's what I said on the pod last week.
Yeah. Yeah, trades with James Jordan out, and then I'll want to get in. Well, I've got a few options. I'll show you. Oops. Just trade that cunt down there. So I'm only getting Nick Martin, 133, So if I trade out Lazaro, I only have 78K.
Oh.
Not going to work.
Oh, so you got bugger all cash in the bank.
Yeah, if I trade out Berry, though, I can put in Closey.
Yep. Oh, they're good trades.
So I can do this. This is one trade I can do. Which I'm not mad about this. And then next week I could probably trade out Lazaro and another rookie and maybe like a Lazaro and a Howes and then change this into Marshall.
So you actually can't do anything. You can't boost to do what I'm doing.
No, I can't boost to like with some serious cash and make some plays. But I could make, if I do this though, if I do this other option, if I do this other option, then this will allow me to do a madman play next week. But the reason why I'm not doing this is because it doesn't really progress my team. It does because I'm getting Marshall, but I'm not getting another Premo on field. It's just a little bit of a...
Yeah, the thing I found though, you have to. Well, it just depends on who you. I think Martin's more of a must-have than Marshall because of his break-even.
Exactly. That's why I've decided. I thought I'd do that. I can do the same trades and I can get Whitfield in as well in 2 trades.
Yeah. No. Well, he's catchable, Whitfield. I guess you just rank them. You go Whitfield, Martin first, Whitfield. I reckon you'd put Marshall ahead of Whitfield still because he's just he's proven.
I don't think so. So I don't think Marshall's going up past for the next 2 rounds. I reckon he's staying around this price.
Yep.
But Whitfield. Let's have a look at Whitfield. I think he's going to launch. So he's got Saints. He's got Saints and he's got Carlton. He's got a break even of 105, which kind of means you don't have to get him in this week.
No.
But maybe next week is your last, because he's probably going to go, I reckon, 140 this week is my guess. So he's going up, if this is 107, he's going up around 20-ish K,
Yep.
So he's catchable. Like you can definitely get him, but this guy is playing insane footy. I reckon these are just like his low numbers. I reckon he's just going to start pumping out just like 140, 110s, 120, 140. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
He's consistently just like
Every like stat is up from last year. So he was marking it. He's taking more bounces. He's running like I was watching him run. Um, he just wants the footy. Like he's getting the footy. It's going to translate soon. But I mean that GWS North game, he's kicking at 97%. But I think he's more about 75. He does have a clanger game in him though. That's the problem, and that's been
Um,
the story of his year last year or 2 years ago that he, you know,
yeah, this is what I was saying to you like previously, like, and that's exactly right. Like, here he's just gone 62% disposal efficiency against the Pies. Even though
yeah,
he's had 30 disposals, he's still only scored a 75. And that's
yeah,
the problem with these halfback, like
yeah,
Nick Martin type roles. They're so reliant on their disposals for them to
yeah,
score like your 110 plus. They literally have to go 30 disposals or more to get over 100.
yeah.
Um,
I
just
mean,
because they're
the
doing
role's
so,
there.
yeah. And I love like just have a look at his heat map for like a 124 last week. Like he's everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
When it's a pretty big contrast to Nick Martin. Well, actually, no, it's the exact same as Nick Martin. I
It
take that
is
back.
yeah, yeah. It's the exact same.
It's the exact same as Nick Martin. They have the exact same role
Yeah,
as Nick Martin. But what did I want to show of Nick Martin? Nick Martin seems like he's playing a lot more like deep D50. You know what I mean?
yeah. He's just
When
the connector, basically.
Yeah, when Lockie Whitfield's a little bit more up the field, around the ground type of player.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go on to it now, but it was a talking point of mine. But you know, I've seen some people trade back in Hayden Young, and I've seen people trade back in Nick Martin. If you had to choose one, who would you choose?
I'm going Nick Martin just because I fucking hate the way Hayden Young plays footy. He just looks like a
Uh,
pushover.
yeah, but he's not acting like a pushover at the moment. The dirty dog, isn't he?
I know.
He's fully ruined our season. Both of them. I mean,
Well, it's
I'm
just,
having
but
a
it's
great.
made me think. Ready? Listen to this. So
Yep.
Luke
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Sheasel, Nick
Yep.
Dacos,
Yep.
Lockie Whitfield,
Yep.
Nick Martin.
Yep.
This is so now
Stewart.
you've got like Stewart. You've
Sinclair
got
looked great.
Sinclair looks good. You've got Hayden Young who
Wang.
looks good. Wangini Miller, like
Yep.
these are all
Any
players.
of them.
Yeah, so I'm not going to Hayden Young. I mean,
Yo.
Yo looks good. Like all these players, the defense is stacked right now.
Yep.
And they're all scoring
it's
the
all
same
the
shit.
same players. Yeah, they're all junk players. Not junk,
Yeah,
but junk
yeah,
stat stuffers.
they literally are. But this week, I think purely just to progress my team a little bit, I'm just going to go with the Berry out, James Jordan out, which I don't really want to trade out Berry if I'm completely honest. But like there's rookies scoring more than him right now, so fuck you, Berry, you know?
Yep.
And I'm just
And
going to
Closey
put
looked. Yeah. Closey
Nick
looked good
Martin's
as
good.
well.
Yeah. And I'm happy
I
to
mean,
go
I hope
early on
he.
Closey because
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
this. Like if I'm putting in, oh fuck, how do I spell his name? If you're putting in these players, so Nick Dacos is on the bench and it kind of fucks my structure. But after round 6, he's going to the back line. He's going
Yep.
to the back line. He's going to the back line. Like, you know what I mean?
How many
All these
backline spots do you
players,
want?
but all these players have backline eligibility.
Yeah.
So that's all of
Yeah.
a sudden now you're trading out
And
Hawk
how?
and you're
Yeah.
putting these back there and you're getting another
Yeah.
rookie in the midfield type of stuff. There's,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. No, I think I like it. We've all got like this. Is what I love. Like Ollie Dempsey is just an easy fieldable option. He could get to 400k. I think cash wise, we're both in a pretty good place. I think everyone is, to be honest. It just took us a little. We could have probably started a few better options rookie wise, but stuff happens.
What's your team value?
Mine was 11 point. Oh, does it say here? I think mine was.
Click the
10.
SuperCoach option.
Yeah, I think mine was 11.6, but I had 250 in the bank.
So we're the exact same, 11.8.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
The other thing I was gonna just sort of mention was just the Uber Premos versus value. So obviously you've answered my question. Oh, not really. I don't know if you could have maybe got an Uber this week, but paying up for the merits, paying up for the Rows, anyone that's really popping off, is it best to? Would you get them in your team, or is there's enough value at the moment, like a Nick Martin or Hayden Young, or there's heaps of players. There's actually heaps of players to choose from. Which way would you go? Because I remember having a chat to you on Friday where those Uber premiums seem to be the way to go, but I feel like there's just enough value at the moment, and one will drop down.
Yeah, those Uber Premos, they're like just fucking. They're all scoring like 150, like 160.
Some of them want to fucking die for us, please. Please.
It's like
Zach Merritt.
kill
I'm
me.
begging. I was looking forward to the Port game because Zach Merritt was going to get tagged. He didn't get tagged, and he was on 75 at halftime. And I've just gone another Merritt game, kicking at 50% as well. He's the one that I really want in my team, who I probably won't be able to get for a long time. I feel like the value, you can get a few better players and do some better, upgrades instead of going that higher price. But I think I don't see Merritt dropping below like 630, if that.
No, he's going to be that luxury upgrade later in the year. Hey,
it is. So you wouldn't upgrade.
No, I guess. But I actually think that remember at the start of the year, I was like, actually, even last week, I'm saying, I'm just trying to take my plan, and it still is my plan, is just to take advantage of value when it presents itself. I'm looking at players right now like Dawson. If Dawson goes nuts, he looked good last week. If he goes nuts this week, like, he's a great option. Like, he's a player that I'm looking at. LDU, just show me a little bit. Just show me like a 120, and then that's all I need.
Hear me out. Geordie to go for 442k. Is that one of the biggest bargains ever?
He's not coming into my team. Geordie's not coming into my team. The Pies don't look like they're flying in all.
Yeah, I know. He showed great promise though. 442k. That's like a M9 option.
If he does it 2 weeks in a row, if he does it next week, if he goes 130 again, he might come into my team.
So I think he's got a 60 break even from memory. So he'd be still 460k, that's still discounted. That's still value. But
he's a potential player that's he could be the best player in the league if he wants to, but he's just not.
This year he hasn't done it. Hey,
you know what I mean? Like, he's a goal kicker. He's strong. He's a midfielder. He's got all the attributes to be the best player in the league, and he's just not.
The other player that I was thinking about, not anymore because he isn't getting DPP, was Jason Horne-Francis, who has looked excellent, but bearing in mind that he played West Coast, did a hammy, and then he's played Essendon, so it was pretty soft fixtures, in my opinion.
So do you think that you don't want to go there? You're not going Uber Premos. You're going to go value, so you want to get players in like Horne-Francis.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go there now with the no DPP. But he looked. Port looked great. I reckon they potential flag contenders, if I'm being honest.
They look great.
But he scored 100 and then 122. But I think he's stolen a little bit of Butters. I think Butters is getting managed a little bit at the moment. But I think he got 77 CBA, 77% CBAs. I had it open a minute ago.
Let me get on this. Don't talk for a sec. Just be quiet.
I beat you, mate. He had 65% CBAs. Butters had 58. Drew was the sniper. He is.
Butters 58. That kills me.
I mean, I think he's 408. I don't know what price. He's 440 or 480, around that price range, Horn Francis. So he's one of those budget options that you can go. But I think with this sort of value sort of strategy, you have to be cautious in regards to what's value and what's sort of fake. And I think he's a fake player. I just don't
He's
think
not a
he's ready
player I
yet.
want to bring in. Yeah, I
He's
don't think I
not
want to
ready
bring him
yet.
in yet.
But if he was forward eligible, golly God, I would bring him in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, we bring in Will Power if we're not going to bring in Jason Horn-Francis.
Yeah, that is true.
Then what are we doing?
Another player I actually thought of as well, because I did
Okay.
have the trades for him. Originally, I was looking at Connor Rosie, who played an excellent game this week. I'm looking at it. He had 77 CBAs, so equal to Drew.
Do you think that that's
a spike game?
a spike game, like a one-off game? Because
I
he
think
was
so.
elite.
Yeah, I think so.
It was the best game he
Obviously,
has ever played, apparently.
Yeah, and he had 3 goals and all that kind of stuff. But he averaged 107 or 100 and I think he averaged 108 around there last year. But he was a bit of a disappointment last year. We all thought Rosie was the guy, and it was actually Butters. But I don't mind that sort of combination of players, if I'm being honest. You know, you feel like one of them's going to pop off every week, and Port have an excellent buy. But like I said before, you really can't forget about like a Martin and it'd probably be Martin is the best value option right now. And then I think
I don't think Rosie is relevant right now. I mean, he's 588k.
Yeah, that will be the lowest you probably get him in a while though.
588k break even. Let's just come over here. Can you see my SuperCoach page?
Yep.
And we go like 588, 590. So
yeah, whatever.
Jack Steele.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Flanders, Nick Martin.
So it's really a pod.
He's a pod. Well, he's in 11% of teams. So is he really?
Yeah, this is crazy. All this kind of stuff. Like, it feels weird that all the players don't actually have 5% ownership, but it just feels like everyone has 10% ownership of each like player. You know, do you know kind of get what I mean?
He's in basically the same amount of teams as Lockie Whitfield.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, anyway, even look at Steele, right? He's got I think he's only got 17%
18% of teams.
Yeah.
Wow. But he's in every team I ever see.
Yeah. So, yeah. The real pod is Jeremy McGovern, 4.3%. That's a pod. I really want to go there. Not now though. 555. Anyway. The other question I had was what to do with Grundy. Now, you considered Lloyd Meek.
I actually didn't know much about. I was so consumed with the game, so I didn't even look at.
I didn't even notice him as well.
Meek
at all.
I actually don't even know what he looks like, so I'm just going to look up a photo of him so I can.
He looks like one of those Caulfield Grammar boys that's real tall. He looks like a rugby player.
I didn't even notice him. You want to know who I noticed though?
Yeah.
Is it Reeves?
Yeah, well, he's out.
Who was the other guy there? Who kicked a snag?
Hardwick.
No, not Hardwick. There was another guy, a really tall bloke, looked like a basketball player.
Oh, Ramsden.
That's the only person I noticed. I didn't even notice Lloyd Meek.
Well, Lloyd Meek, from I know a bit about him. He played for Freo, was behind Sean Darcy, and apparently Lloyd Meek is the best reserves ruckman there is. And essentially, you know how the ruck rule changed?
Hmm.
Before the ruck rule change, Hawthorn recruited him to do a double ruck with Ned Reeves. But now the rules changed. Now he's not really getting a game. He's a very good tap ruckman and he could score a lot of points. I just feel like it's a ticking time bomb. And why would you downgrade your ruckman to upgrade again?
That's the only reason I don't want to bring him in, because I'm like, why am I getting rid of this guy? Why am I getting this guy in, knowing full well that I've got to get in? I'm going to get in someone
English
else
or
in maybe
Marshall,
in literally like 3 weeks.
Oh, there's 2 closies. Bloody hell. I never even heard of him.
Oh, have a look at that stuff. So that's why I'm so skeptical on it. But, this does look pretty good.
I would do that in a heartbeat, mate. I mean, the risk is it's you've got how many trades you on?
29.
Right. Oh, so you're only really one behind me.
Yeah, I just didn't boost last week and you boosted.
I mean, the issue is with Meek, he could average 90. He was reminding me a little bit about Kieran Briggs. You know how we jumped on Briggs and I think you kept him in the end, didn't you?
King Briggs, yeah, I had him all the way to the end.
Yep. He is versing Briggs this week, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, he's not.
Nah.
I don't know who's versing.
Marshall is. He's versing Wits this week.
That's it. Yeah, and that's actually a very tough sort of uppo because you got Jared Witts, I'm pretty sure, who is a good tap ruckman. He could easily average 85, 90. Would you take an 85, 90? I don't feel like...
Grundy's been going 85, 90, so...
He's actually averaging 100. Can you believe that?
Brodie Grundy?
He's averaging 100. Seriously, this is like a lot of people are tripping out because, he needs to be moved. But I'm pretty sure he's still averaging 100. So
Kieran Briggs, 78 last week against Wits.
Yep. You can just keep doing it. I'll look at
Brodie Grundy. It's like, I know he has the potential and all, like, don't get me wrong. I was the number one Brodie Grundy fanboy at the start of the year.
103 he's averaging, just a 5-rounder of 94.
Tim English, 138 against Wits.
Yeah, different player though.
Different kettle of fish, huh? Wits wasn't even playing. It was against Ned Moyle. My bad.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't mind.
So unsure about it.
I feel like he's a bad game away from
these
being
trades
dropped.
These are ugly trades.
And 1 steal.
I don't think it's worth it.
No, it isn't. Well, how many cash? No. How much cash? Yeah, it's not. Because you're really punting on Lloyd Meek to be good. I mean, you can look into it further and do your own research. He's a good option. But he also versed DCAM. Everyone was talking on Discord yesterday and saying that, Darcy Cameron's like one of the best rucks who negates like ruckman and all that kind of stuff. Darcy Cameron is a pelican. He's a pelican. So of course
he's a fucking pelican. He is.
So
what Briggs go against him? 109. Shut up.
Yeah.
What did what's Grundy going against him?
Where he played that well? No, he played stinking.
Did 71? He score the lowest?
He scored 71.
71. Oh god. See, this is why we don't like Grundy.
Yeah.
71. And then after this week, it's not going to be like, it doesn't matter because everyone has.
How much did Rowan score against DCAM?
106. And DCAM went 114.
Bloody hell, DCAM. Yes. Yes. You know it.
Bring back in the Pelican at 480k. Well, it's a better
That's
option than
value.
Lloyd Meek.
That's
It's a
actually
better
quite.
option than Meek.
Oh my god. Oh, it actually is, but
Ah,
he's got 100k and he's got a negative 14 break even. That's the big thing. But you can't really judge. You got to look it up. The projections people on Twitter because they've
hmm.
got Meek projected as a 60, which is totally incorrect. So you can't really judge how much money he's going to make.
Yeah, this is why we don't go decam. Blake scored 18 against Brisbane.
Wasn't he on
That would
field? He was
that
on
would
field the
ruin.
whole
He was
time.
on field. That would ruin your season.
Poor guy.
Gosh.
He must have got. He got kneed in
But
the head.
what's his face go? What did
McInerney, he was at the top, I think.
McInerney? Oh yeah, so he's
107.
been 107. Nah,
So
rucks
yeah,
go well against decam.
yep.
Continue.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you want to take the punt, you need cash, but I just don't. I'm not sold on him like I've been sold on all the other cash cows. Like Powell is a keeper. You buy him at 300k. I just don't see it. But maybe I'll change my mind if I do some more research later in the week.
Should we do? Should we do a little
Yep.
bit of research? Let's just look at Meek. Lloyd Meek. Here we go. Look at this. Real
I
time.
was looking
So
at this. Yeah, today.
yeah, go.
Yeah, I
He's
was looking
gone
at
an
it
88
today.
and
He
a
has a lot
130.
of ruck taps, but it's a bit hard when you're playing VFL as well. Like it's a bit
Eight
hard to
kicks,
sort of
10
factor in.
handballs. That's why I didn't fucking notice him. Bloke touched the ball
Yeah,
18 times. That's actually a lot.
that is a lot for a ruckman. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine? And he's a tall lumbering ruckman. Like, but it looks
How many
like look at
marks?
his beard. Yeah, how
How
many
many
marks?
marks did he take? 2 marks against Collingwood, and he scored 130.
Yeah, but look at his hitouts. He does do all right with the hitouts, a fair bit.
Where is the hit
And
out one?
HO.
30 hit outs, 42 hit outs. I'm just trying to work out what spiked
38.
his score here. Oh, last week the only reason he scored an 88 is because he's had 56 disposal efficiency.
Yeah.
But last time
See?
he played but look here, Hawthorn versus St Kilda at Marvel, 40% disposal efficiency.
Yeah,
Hawthorn
they're,
versus North at Marvel, 30% disposal efficiency. Shut up, you stupid Forbies.
but they're just bombing it, aren't they? They're really just trying to just get it out there. Their disposals aren't. But like, if you look at his last couple, I mean, the round 24 one isn't nominally, I reckon, but like, he's got 130, 88, which should have probably been a ton. Hawthorn Saints, he got 104. I bet you that's when he was solo rucking most of the time. Oh, you can actually look at the ruck contests on here, I think. 35. Yeah, see?
94.
Yeah. So when he's solo rocking, he does do it right. And somehow
This is great stats. This is great insight right here. I don't mind the pick. I actually don't mind it at all, and am considering.
I like him. I'm considering like I can easily I can get anyone if I go Grundy down.
Look,
I
80% time in ruck, 112.
The risk is he going to stay in there? But I've heard Reeves. I've heard a few. We should get our loyal Hawks fan on
Should
the
we
on the
call him?
pod.
Should we call him right now?
Nah. He's
Nah.
not. He's not happy. He's got alcohol poisoning because he's been on the piss. He's vomiting bile. He's sick as a dog.
Standard every night.
We'll ask our Hawthorn man. I think I've heard that Reeves is a donkey and they don't really think he's a good player.
Mate,
Ned Reeves.
After looking at these clear stats here,
Yep.
and it's night and day stats for all the listeners. If he is ruck contest time, if he's solo ruck, 80 80% solo ruck. He's 130. 74, which this one should have been a ton, 88. So this should have been a ton at 74. We go to 35. That's as soon as he goes to 35, he's got a 42. You know what I mean?
And it was
What's down
tactical
here?
sub. It
And
was
he was
sub that
subbed
game
out.
as well.
A 94 ruck contest. So he's the main ruck again, 104. 38% ruck contest, 44. So as soon, and here's when's he solo ruck again? Yeah, where is it again? 80 down here, main ruck again, 112. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's coming in.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Good.
This is a big play this year, and
so would you rather him, or if you could afford? I mean, would you rather him or Marshall or English?
Well, if he's scoring,
think about the cash. Think about the cash.
So, yeah. So if he's 357 right now, and he's scoring 100s when he goes into solo ruck, I don't even care. He's just cash cow. This guy's going to make some cash. Like, you know what I mean? He can score his 100s here. He's going to make some cash. He's going to get to the 500K mark. And then we can just palm him. Like, that's an easy trade up, you know?
Yeah.
So right now, yeah.
Well, there's one thing that comes to my mind, but it sort of makes sense as well. But you're downgrading Meek to fund the other player, aren't you? So it really, you're getting a cash cow. You're getting basically a rookie sort of cash cow, and then you can get Martin in that way.
Well, I got Meek and Martin. I'm actually stoked with these trades. I think I love this trade so much more than I like my other trades. Last ones I was getting rid of Berry to get in Martin. This one I'm getting in Meek, getting rid of Grundy, and now I'm just getting in Nick Martin. Like, this is 10 times better. Don't you agree?
100%.
Meek's going to gain heaps of cash.
I like Meek. I'm just so scared. Mitchell's just going to change it up because it's only been 1 week. Well, did he solo ruck last week? I can't.
Yeah, solo ruck last week.
Yep. So he's got it. And I've been trying to figure out a way to get him in. I just feel like because apparently he has. That was my other point to Meek. Apparently he has a terrible buy, but that won't matter if you're trying to use him for cash.
Oh, I'm going to try. He's gonna turn into Rowan Marshall. Yeah, like, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be Rowan Marshall. But but right now, it's either trading out James Jordan and Berry to get in Nick Martin, or I can trade out Grundy to Meek and Lazaro to Nick Martin, and I can keep Berry, who's actually playing.
So you're going to forget about Closey and Graham, or are you going to boost this week? Because
I can get Closey next week.
So you can get Closey. So there's 3 rookies on the market that have done pretty well. There's Combin.
Let's dive in.
Combin, who's sent out, I think he's playing fullback, or he's just basically a tall, lumbering backman that just is trying to mark all the balls that are getting pinged in because
went
North
129. Yeah, went 129. Let's stop on Combin.
I was at get his heat map up because I actually haven't looked at it, and I missed half of the game because I was at work or coming home from work. But he was like a forward last year, but now they've just put him as a back, and he was meant to have this spot, and then he got injured, and that's why Pink's there, which is frustrating. I should have really listened to you, but he's like an intercepting defender.
Look at these that heat map. Yeah. It took 8 marks, 5 tackles, 80% disposal efficiency, had 25 disposals, 94% time on ground. he played a pretty great game. He gave one free kick away, and that's a polar opposites to what our best mate
Pink
Pink
did.
done.
But
Pink was giving free kicks away left, right, and center.
and he's also on track for forward DPP. Defender DPP. Which is pretty enticing, you know.
And you like him at how much is it?
I don't 229, I think.
Yeah, 227. You think he's going to make 100K?
I think he could. I just don't know how you fit all these players in. There's him at an elevated price. Then there's Closey, who did well. Then there's Will Graham, who played wing sort of CBA.
No, I don't know much about Will Graham or Closey. Can you tell me?
I didn't see much of him. I didn't see much of him during the game, but I just saw his stats.
So he went 67, Will Graham.
67 is pretty solid, but taking away Tuke Miller and really Flanders, he's taken Flanders' spot in the CBAs. That means a lot to me, I think. And he's
this is heat map.
Yeah. And what do you think about that heat map?
It's shocking.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just playing wing. He's got a couple of disposals out of the center, maybe 2.
Yeah, so that's where he was. Yeah, 3.
And all the rest.
Mate. 3.
Well, if you're getting, this isn't a disposal at the center. You know what I mean?
So that's the thing. So if you're ranking him, maybe you have him 3rd.
I'd have him 3rd. And then we've got, what is he? Closey.
So you're probably only going to get Closey next week, yourself.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on the other ones just because I've got money in.
He's too much. 220.
Yeah, Combin's too much, and Cadman's gaining cash still. Darcy's gaining cash. I've still got Dempsey. Like, all these players are still gaining me some cash, and there's actually no room for them. So Closey went 108. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he could be sneaky. Like,
what's his name? Sam Closey.
Common. Yeah, it's a weird spelling. It's CLO.
So Closey got 25 disposals, 24 disposals, 22 disposals. I don't know. I can't do math. Someone else do it. 77 disposal efficiency, 5 marks, 2 tackles, 92% time on ground on the wing.
Yep. Yeah, he is a winger. So, just like old mate Sharpie, he's going to have one of those spike games if it's on his side, but if it's not on his side, then maybe a different story.
Yeah,
but
anybody's a right foot out.
Yeah, 108, you can't just look past it, I think.
Oh no, I think he's coming into my team. At 108 with 100 in the system already, like that's an easy 100K, maybe more, within like the first couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Unless he's scoring 10 next week.
Yeah.
So next week I'll bring him in. I'm fucking stoked for this. I think Lloyd Meek, I'm going to bring him in, and I'm going to bring in Nick Martin.
All you needed was my help. All you needed was my help, and I'd tell you Lloyd Meek. I like him, but I'll do it in the background. I'll message you, I'm sure of it, and see how I can work him in. But if I go Lloyd Meek, I can get merit this week. But I kind of want Nick Martin in the team. I just feel like he's so much value. But deep down, that stupid rat looking dog stuffed our teams over, and he could just go back to being Nick Martin again, couldn't he?
He could.
There's a high possibility.
Let this be known to everyone. I'm not sold on Nick Martin. I'm still so not sold on him. To get the scores that he has gotten, he's had to get record-breaking possessions for fucking for Essendon.
But Brad Scott reckons he's a great defender. He's had 2 marks. He's applied like 1 or 2 tackles. Like, what is he actually doing in the defense? But I'm happy.
Mm.
I mean, not. I'm actually not happy with him because I traded. It was pretty stupid to trade him out on 93, to be honest. But we just didn't think the role was there.
Well, in my head, I'm like Tom Power's going to go 110 next week,
Yeah.
and he's going to go 110 the next week. But he didn't.
Yeah.
And Nick Martin went 130. So, stuff in their face. But I'm happy to trade Nick Martin in, and knowing that next week he's going to get DPP, and I can flick him back there. I could probably
What are your
trade out
thoughts?
Massimo next week.
What are your thoughts on the captains this week?
That's such a great question.
So we'll just go. Yeah, you're on there anyway. Yeah. So I mean, if I had Petrarca, holy crap, Batman, easy vice, easy vice. Everyone sprays Brisbane. Oh my God, Elliot Yo's versus Richmond.
Oh.
No, I'm not doing it.
Go for it. It's the week for it. It's the week for the gamble.
He scored an 86 on fucking 10 clangers 2 weeks ago, and I watched him. He nearly booted the ball onto the roof.
I tell you what you should do. You should vice Lockie Whitfield. Vice Lockie Whitfield, and who else are you bringing in this week? Vice Lockie Whitfield into Zach Butters.
Nah, Freo mids are pretty tough, I reckon.
Butters doesn't play midfield.
Let's 50. Yeah, I know he's a half flanker. I mean, let's go through it. I mean, you'd be mad not to vice captain Bontempelli against Essendon, given that Essendon aren't really that potent. Their midfield's not really that strong apart from Merrow.
Okay, so that's a great point. So we'd put the VC on Bond.
Yeah, and then it's really captain in green against Saints.
Wait. What do Rucks score against Oscar McInerney? Not much, hey? Because Gawn is going to be at the MCG against Brisbane, which is going to be a tough game. So Gawn is going to have to play out of his skin.
If you look at click on his name, I usually use this quite a lot. So McInerney's a tough oppo.
Where do you see that? Here.
Yeah. So when it's the lowest means it will like 1, 2, 3 means they're the best. Yeah. So
yeah. But it's interesting because Gawn's the last time Gawn played them, he scored 200. So you can't go down.
That. Yeah, like exactly.
He scored 215 last time at the MCG.
Oh God. Surely that can't happen again.
Well,
and I just I'm going to make the wrong.
They had to win this game.
Yeah,
it was like a do or die game for them. Gawn played out of his skin. Grundy had just been dropped.
And Brisbane are going to go for the kill because they're running out of time. I don't mind it. I think I might skip him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go
for
it.
This is what I mean. So boring.
How is that boring? It's fucking smart, you idiot.
No, it is smart. But look at everyone. Look at we'll just quickly go through the. Oh no, that's all good. You go.
I'm going to do it. Stuff, yeah.
Yep.
All the coaches.
No, we're good. All good.
Vice captains. Oh, Max Gawn's 23%. Yeah, you're right.
You feel like you're onto something, mate. It was 40% last week.
But listen to this, right? Last week, the reason why I didn't go for him is because there were bigger options. I didn't think Max Gawn this week just gone was a great option. You know what I mean? I thought it was good, but I didn't think
neither did I. Option. Neither did I. I thought I got scared.
I sent you a message to try and make you do it. I was like, "Oh, Max Gawn VC, I'm going to do it." And I
looked at the ownership, which that's what I did. I looked at 40% ownership, and I just thought,
fuck the ownership.
Yeah.
How could you have honestly played in my head? I was like, worst case, he goes 140. He was actually on track for 170.
Yeah. His
but then I was like,
at the moment is excellent.
But then I was like, Bont and there's Butters and there's Heaney, and I'm like, there's more options this week. And there was also Luke Ryan, who actually was on.
Yeah. Who else have we got here? I mean, Steel versus GWS, probably not. I mean, Real against Hawks would be like
Elite.
good VC. I can
Can you
actually
get Real in this week?
I can get Real in this week. I've been
I
tempted
think
to
that's
do
an
it.
elite trading.
It is.
I didn't mean to send you that. He was because he probably should have scored more than what he scored this week.
I reckon
Real.
he is. We say still is going to be a top 8. I mean, this Real bloke is definitely a top 8.
Yeah, you didn't
He's
even
looked
mention
like,
him when you spoke about top 8.
Oh no, he's locked in my plans. I'm trying to get it for you, but he's definitely in my plans. I think I lead him. Nothing. Yeah. So my original plan was to get Closey in for Pink and then Jordan to Matt Rowell. But that means I'm missing out on Nico Martin.
Fuck Nick Martin.
Look at his
Get Rowell in. What are you talking about? Nick Martin is not the fucking guns. He's not the killers. He's not the fucking killers.
And we need a killer. But look
that's
at
what you
look at
said.
his price, right? No. So I
Yeah.
could have got him last week, and my argument to you was that I always said, we need a goal. I need a Gold Coast player because they verse West Coast twice and they verse North twice. Now I got Whitfield instead of Toot because I thought maybe I could try and get one of these guys the week after. But they've got look at his run. It's pretty good. It's Hawks, good. Sydney, okay, they'll be right. West Coast, Brizzy, North, like it's a good sort of next five or 6 games.
It's good. The games they need to win as well, so they're going to be like tough, hard games.
And if you go down, like really down, to like they also around finals, like when you're trying to get in the finals, they verse North and West Coast around that time. So he'd be a good and he's a pod. He's actually a pod compared to Took Miller. He's only in 18% where Took's in 30. Oh no, 24. Yeah. I mean that's
I think
the thing.
I think Rowell is I would trade Rowell in this week over Nick Martin. If I could trade Rowell in, I would trade him in this week.
Yeah. All right. And getting rid of Pink, it's a dead rookie out for Closey, and then I can get in another player. But yeah, he
killer.
So is there? So he. It's a bit hard to captain him though, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Because you got well, as in, who would I VC and C? We can work it out offline. But
so you could VC him.
Yep.
And then you could see Elliot Yo. No, you could probably see
that is wild.
You could see Sheasel.
I could see Rao.
Yeah, you could straight see Rao. And wait, take a punt. Go safe on your VC then, and then take a punt on your C. So go like Bont or Gorn, and then take a punt on Rao.
Yeah, no, that sounds better each time I do it. Then I save a boost as well.
Yeah. See, so this week you're bringing in Rao. I'm bringing in fucking Nick Martin. Tell me how that sounds. Not good.
Oh, I love it though. I love Nick Martin. Yeah, I mean Sheasel against. Look at Sheasel for a second.
Sheasel's a great option, a VC captain option. Like he's 130, 113, 128, 124.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just not going to pass on those 2 big dogs, but you can probably pass on one of them.
Who would I go? So I'll go VC Gorn.
I think you got the right player. I just think it is going to be a very common one, and if it's going to be a very common one, I may stick with the crowd.
No, this is the week you want a pod VC or a pod C.
Yeah, you should captain Lloyd Meek.
I'm actually trying to think of who a pod VC is, and I'm struggling a little bit. Like, I could pod VC here, but nah, you just go Bont over. Like,
Yeah, bloody oath you would. That's absolute madness.
Like Luke Ryan against Port Adelaide.
Yeah, it's just too deep. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
agree.
no. I actually back that. You could probably see Luke Ryan. Very
Let's do a
gutsy
little.
though.
Let's quickly do a deep dive. Let's go this week. Port Adelaide defenders against. So Heppel went 96. 91 Ben Mackay. Let's go round 3. I could have just clicked that thing like you did last time. Lever 103.
Yeah, not that good.
It's actually not amazing. But what's his face? He's a different kettle of fish. He's different. He's just different.
He's built different. That peroxide looking bloody bloke.
Yeah. Yeah, even Vlosten this week, 70, 71. So I don't think that's a good option. But yeah,
What are
there's
we
plenty
gonna?
of options.
We've got the cherry on top, but we've actually got no Collingwood playing. So how do we do this? Do we should we
So to all the lads in the cherry on top league, let's just quickly go through who's leading the cherry on top. It's this week was the winner was Mitch. What is it? Bontismelli. Overall rank 8,000, round rank 1,008. So he's done well. He's got He's got Hayden Young in still. He's got Steele. He had Sharp on field.
He had a Steele
Sharp
C.
on field.
Oh, what the hell?
Heaney, Flanders, Powell. Oh, he's got a solid team. I mean, Windsor and McRae are lacking. But other than that, you've got a solid team. Probably just missed Dempsey, but you got other rookies coming through.
Yeah, you're not going to be stuffed cash gem wise. And if you got Sharp, you would be laughing.
Benji, this guy Benji again, another top score. That's what he top scored last time. One of the other times, Luke Ryan, bang, Houston, bros, that's a good back line. Where's Dake? He traded out Dacos.
Oh, danger.
Bont Green, Butters.
He's got Tommy Berry.
See, look, Steele. Everyone has him.
He's got Tommy Berry, but he has Nat Fife on his. That's a good 280. That's a good. I wish that those were the two tickets. It was Fife and Bonner. They were the only tickets. But it's all right. We move on.
Yeah. So the total point leader is Red Army. Where are we sitting? Oh, look at us. 1 and 2 here. We're so close. 5 points. We're 5 points difference. Oh, 6 points.
Is it
sorry.
6?
6
No,
points.
it's not.
Yeah, 6 points.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
6 points. Oh, we're neck and neck. Look at us. It's funny as. Leading right now is the Red Army. Let's have a look at him. Oh, he's got a solid team. This is an elite team.
Yeah, that's the midfield that you want.
That's an elite midfield.
Got Tommy Berries as well.
The only person who's missing is Zach Butters should be Rao, and this is elite.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did Berry actually go up this week? Did he rise?
No, he's got a break even of 67.
So he went up 23K. Yeah. Nah, I like this team. You're doing well, Red Army. I will catch you though, so bad luck. But you know.
It is what it is.
Who's struggling? Bottom 3.
He got Tom Brown though. He got Tom Brown on his bench. He had Sharp. Tom Brown and Sharp on his bench this week. Gee whiz. That is
Sanders on bench.
He also brought Jackson Mead in this week. Who does that? Nerds, man.
Nerds. He's got Sarong, Nick Martin. It's not a bad side. It's different. Do you reckon he's going to trade out Luke Jackson this week? Who knows? For all the listeners,
I would
Milky
if I had
is
Luke Jackson,
a really good mate of ours.
If I had Luke Jackson, I would keep him for the whole year.
Yeah. You could probably swing him up here, Livingston down. It's a good little option for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we tried to make the multi a sure thing this week.
Yeah.
And the only thing that stopped us, okay, let me get it up. Like the cherry on top was meant to be a sure thing, but you know what fucked us? Bobby Hill and Marbiol Chol. Like, are you kidding me?
Let's
Are
kick
you
a
kidding
goal.
me?
Bobby had some easy chances as well.
Bobby kicked like 3 points and Scholl dropped so many fucking sitters. It was a joke.
Yeah. So what do we do? I guess we
For the
just
cherry on
do.
top this week,
We'll go for
let's
tips.
I was gonna say, let's pick some teams. Let's pick like
To
3 or
win.
4 teams or something to win. And we'll do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's pick some sure thing wins. So let's pick like Bulldogs to beat Essendon. What do you reckon? Like Bulldogs beat Essendon, Carlton to beat Adelaide, Gold Coast to beat Hawthorn,
So
Geelong to beat
Melbourne to.
North.
Yep. So I had that. No, I
So
didn't. But
go Western Bulldogs to beat Essendon.
Gold Coast to beat Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it all here.
Read it out to
Melbourne.
us.
Melbourne Bulldogs.
Don't put Melbourne in.
West,
Don't put Melbourne in.
No.
Because that's going to be a
Western
tough
Bulldogs. Western Bulldogs, Sydney, Greater Western Sydney, sorry. Carlton, Port Adelaide, Gold Coast, Geelong, and Richmond. Richmond might be a danger game if I'm being honest, but it won't be. Happy. Should we leave it out or in?
game. Leave it out. We want a sure win. Sure thing. What are the odds?
$4.
That's all right.
$4.12.
Maybe you can pick a couple like anytime goal scorers.
No, we'll just keep it simple. $20
Dude, no,
is
you could do this. Ready? Anytime goal scorer Harry Mackay.
all right.
Anytime goal scorer Hogan.
No, he was garbage just last time.
Did he kick a goal though?
I think he kicked a goal, but gee whiz.
Or Brown. Put Brown down. Anytime goal scorer Brown.
Callum Brown.
Yeah.
He's a good player, that bloke. I really like him.
Anytime goal scorer, who from Bulldogs is just a sure thing. None of them. They all kind of fucking have up and down games.
Waitman.
No, that'd be just a typical. He wouldn't get a goal that game. Anytime. Nah, I actually don't trust the Bulldogs. Don't go there.
All right, we got one more. I reckon we'll be all right.
Anytime goal scorer Jez Cameron.
Yep.
And what's it up to now? $5.
Nah, it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, they don't even have the lineups for. We'll go Ben King.
Yeah, Ben King. Wait, is that the King from Saints or is that the King from
Gold Coast?
Nah, don't put it in.
Well, what about if we just go Bailey Fritz?
He had an off game the other game where he didn't kick one.
Yeah, 4 rounds ago.
Was it?
Yeah, he's kicked 3, 2, 5, then 0, and then 4.
Okay, do any goal scorer Bailey Fritz.
All right.
And what did he get us to?
$6.28. I've power played it. $31.
Oh, really?
So, yep. So,
how does a power play get it at $31?
It's $5. Sorry. $30 winnings.
Oh, I was going to like $30 odds.
No. Bulldogs win. Western Sydney, Callum Brown.
Wait. Let me bring it in. Ready? So the cherry on top for this week is.
Yep. So the cherry on top for this week is Bulldogs to win, Greater Western Sydney to win, Callum Brown anytime goal scorer, Carlton head to head, Mackay goal, Port Adelaide to win, Geelong to win, Gold Coast to win, Bailey Fritz to get a goal. So that's paying $6.28, $31 odds.
Surely
Putting that
this
on
one
now.
comes through.
You better hope so, because I just want one win, to be honest. Just one win.
I just want to be able
just
to
be
jump on the pod next week, and I'll
Yep.
get party poppers. I'll get a party hats. And I'll just get the day that watch this. I bet you it'll be a running joke that years from now we still wouldn't have won a cherry on top.
Oh, that's all right. We'll just keep. What's the motto? Keep punting, as they
Just
say.
keep on punting.
Other than that, I'll just make sure you like and follow and subscribe. We should really say that at the start because no one's listening right now. They might because of the cherry on top. We know what you guys are like. You're just like all of us, you know. We tune in and out. It's okay to be human. Just make sure you follow us in the meantime.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who makes it this far. And if you do make it this far, I'll give you some special sauce. Ready? Get in Lloyd Meek. Have to get in Meek this week.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually a really good play, the Lloyd Meek play.
I know. I might do it.
I'm gonna call our informant. Do you reckon he actually knows much about Hawthorn?
Yep.
Yeah?
I know a few other Hawthorn supporters. And I know, yeah, we'll try and do our work. We'll try and do our work.
If he's going to be playing solo ruck, it's Kieran Briggs 2.0.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exciting times.
It's exciting times. Hopefully next week, all the troops have absolutely just launched. And I'm about 100 points ahead of Crooks.
All because of Lloyd Meek. I'm getting him.
Go Meek. Lloyd Meek versus Rao. All right, lads. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.